notification bell. Ding! Thank you guys for watching.
Keep your holiday stress under wraps this season with the North Pole gift wrapping service. Let us take care of the gift presentation so you can focus on making the season bright.
North Pole gift wrapping service cannot wrap reindeer, polar bears, ferrets, hazardous liquids, or items weighing more than your average elf or fruitcake.
Well, Miraculous Girl, thank you for that fabulous introduction, as always. Well, today, thank you for joining us for our final episode of Cybertool Monday. That's right, this is the fourth and final knife that I'm going to be able to show you for Cybertool Monday. There is one more Cybertool that I don't have. And that is called the Cybertool Yeoman, or the Cyber Yeoman. It's very rare. It only came out for 1 year. I don't even know how many of them were manufactured, but it is very hard to find. I've never actually seen one for sale anywhere. So there's that. So you're just going to have to be satisfied with these four. And that's all there is to that. Anyway. So this is our final one, and this is the Cybertool 41L, the large. Now this one is very, you know what? It's not as widely available as the others. The 34 is obviously the most available. I purchased this directly from Victorinox. One thing that was cool, I just got this the other day, is it does come with a guide that lists your tools, and it lists the tools for all of the Cyber tools, the 29, the 34, and the 41, and it lists them in a lot of languages, which is really cool, because you know, they just don't do that anymore. They don't have a list of all the tools and the functions and how they work and stuff. You might get it on the internet or something, but they don't actually include that. And I like it when they include the hard literature. It also included your standard how to use your can opener and care guides and cleaning guides. So, that said, let's go ahead and get into this model here, the Cybertool 41L. So, as far as width is concerned, the Cybertool L is the exact same width as the Cybertool Lite. Actually, it looks like the Cybertool Lite might be a little bit wider, although I think this has a couple more features because of it. Anyway, the Cybertools all come with the translucent scales. They were available in red, the ruby red. All of them are available in the red. And a couple of the models were available in the blue sapphire, which is this one right here. But not all of the models were available in the blue sapphire. And then there were some models that were available in the black onyx. I have not seen the black onyx. And it sounds like that was a translucent scale, but I'm not completely positive that it was. But it sounds like it was. One of the things I think we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to, as we go over these scale tools, I have one of these special sets, and since this is the larger model, I want to transfer out. Now, I got this set of tools here from Switzerland, and I'm thinking we're going to put a red toothpick and tweezers in here as we go here. So first up, we have the Victorinox Tweezers, ever famous tweezers. This is the right one. We're going to replace that with these red tipped tweezers. I think that's pretty awesome. I like that. I also have a parts box here that has multiple in there, and I will throw those in. Occasionally I do get extra or knives that don't have all of their tool sets in them. Next up we have the toothpick, and we're going to do the same thing with the toothpick here. We're going to, first of all, that's the right size, yep. And we'll put in a new red tipped toothpick. I wish I could do the same thing with the pin and the, you know, technically I could do it with the screwdriver, but I would have to put a different tool on there. So next up we have the ballpoint pen. Now I'm kind of refilming this little section here because I slid out of frame a little bit, so if things seem a little different or if I repeat something that I said previously, I apologize. Still learning here. Anyway, so we have the pressurized ballpoint pen. These are pressurized so they will write upside down. I'm not sure about on water or things of that sort, but these little pens work great. They've come in handy from time to time. Back in the days before your cell phones were available, and you had an easy way to input a number or something, I found that the ballpoint pen came in very handy. I've never seen one that writes in a color other than the standard blue. It would be kind of cool if you could get one that would write in black, but it does flow really nice when you're writing here. So that's the ballpoint pen, and unfortunately the ballpoint pen does not come in with a different colored tip on it. I suppose I could maybe match the color or something and paint the tip like I did with the other scales. Then next you have the eyeglass screwdriver. The eyeglass screwdriver. So this one has the hexagon style shapes on it, and then it has a smaller, the square pointed tip on it. It's kind of chopped out as opposed to the smoother earlier one, and that is the most current screwdriver. Then of course you have your corkscrew. This is the solid corkscrew. As you can see down here, like I said, this is a very new, I just purchased this final Cybertool, and it has a lot of oil on it, this one. And all of the current 91mm scales always have a pinhole. However, all of the Cybertools do come with the pin. I remember the very first knife I saw that had this pin in it. It shocked me, and that was, I got a super timer in Switzerland, and when I saw that pin I was like, oh my gosh, it's got a little pin in it, it's awesome. Anyway, so came with a lot of oil. Next up you have your chisel. Yeah, there's a lot of oil in that. They oiled that one up really good. This chisel's really sharp. I don't know if there's a direct reason why you might need the chisel. I suppose for scraping or something, if you were working on a computer and you needed to chisel something down. Then after that, you have the most current, I believe it's 1985 version is when this fine screwdriver started. And I like this fine screwdriver. I think this should have been on every one of the Cybertools. I like the fine screwdriver. It's a cool tool. Anyway, so you have the fine screwdriver. Like that. Then you have your hook. This is great for pulling wires out and things of that sort. You can use this to lift pots off a fire and things like that if you're out camping. The hook also goes back a little bit. Most of the other back scale tools stop at the 90-degree point. The hook actually goes back. You can use it as a cell phone stand. There's a couple of different ways you can utilize that as a cell phone stand. Next we have, and for our final backspring tool, and like I said, see, that doesn't go back. Only the hook goes back beyond the 90 degrees. You have your reamer awl with your sewing eye. So the reamer awl with the sewing eye, great tool, great for punching through plastic, things like that. You have the key ring right here, and the key ring is part of the layer with the reamer awl. Onto the front side tools, you have your small blade, very sharp, great for cutting open little packages with batteries. Next up, you have your main blade. Main blade is very sharp. I've cut myself with many a Swiss Army knife in the past. Gosh, this one's beautiful. Very sharp. You have your cap lifter, micro or slotted screwdriver, and your wire bender, wire stripper. And a lot of people don't realize this is coarse inside. It actually works pretty good. Next up, you have your can opener. Gotta love the can opener, and micro screwdriver. Now we're gonna get into, let's see, the 34 has the scissors, and we all know you got the hook, you got the scissors. These are the modern scissors. The handle's a little bit thinner at the top. It has the groove for the spring tool. And then you also have your pliers with the wire crimper and all that. I've already told you the story about how I took a bumper off my pickup with the pliers. So, what makes this tool a little bit different than the 34? Before we get into it, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this first. You have your bit driver. Now the bit drivers has a 4mm female and a 5mm. The outer one is the 5mm and the inner one is the 4mm. Now it also has your bit holder in here. You have three bits here, including the fourth that's held in the tool itself. And let's go ahead and go over these bits right now. All right, so these are as follows here. Let's start with the Phillips. We have a 0 Phillips and a number 1 Phillips. Then we have a number 2 Phillips and a 4mm slotted screwdriver tip. We have a number 15 Torx, be that side, and a number 10 Torx. And then finally we have a 4mm hex. I guess I should hold these up a little bit. And a number 8 Torx. Now each one of these, and I'll bring them all up here. Each one of these has a little ball bearing type detent that pushes in and out to help hold it into place when you're using them. All right, so that's a look at the bits. I really like these. This is a great tool. Anyway, so there are 2 more additional tools on the front scale tools that your regular Cyber tools don't have. One is the metal file and saw. You have the saw blade and the file blade. This is the more up-to-date file, and you can feel the coarseness of this when you pull across it. You can probably hear that. As my fingernail scrapes into it, and this is a metal saw. That is awesome. And the next is the wood saw. I don't know what else this would saw besides wood. This one's, I noticed on this one, it has the multiple teeth. The way the teeth are tapered, it's very interesting because it looks like there's small teeth and big teeth in between, but it's actually, because they go down at an angle, it just depends on which side you're looking at. The small one goes big, the big one goes small, and vice versa. All I know is the Victorinox wood saw works super fantastic. So that is the other item. So the wood saw and the metal file and metal saw are your main additions, along with the chisel and the micro screwdriver, which seem to come, and I'm going to have to start looking into that, if all newer models that have the wood saw, well, I haven't seen the micro screwdriver on some of the Woodsmans. So yeah, I don't know. So anyway, and on the back you have the micro screwdriver. So you have those 4 different tools that are added in there over the 34 to the 41. Of course, there's a few others, obviously 41. Anyway, so that is a look at the Victorinox Cybertool L, the new large one. And again, this one was somewhat limited in distribution because I could only find it at Victorinox on at their own site, the Victorinox site. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this series of Cybertool Monday. We really appreciate your support and watching the channel. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. That's all we're doing it for. Our channel's not monetized or anything like that. We're just doing it because we enjoy doing it, and we just want to, and it's fun for us. So give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, and remember, be nice to each other.